Good afternoon, I should say it now. We are here for the PSAL 3A Championship. It is between number 2, James Madison, and number 3, FJM. This is Andre Johnson on the call alongside Greg Polius. Mr. Polius, how's it going?
Going well. Sun is out, sun is shining. It's not as cold in the booth as it is on the field.
Shout out to the facility. Of course, this is the home of Eagle Academy Brooklyn. So there you go. The PSAL 3A Championship presented by the Public School Athletic League. So it's safe to say FJM is not your regular. It's number 6 seed. They are 8-0 on the season. James Madison comes in at 5-3. And we do have a few sponsors for this live stream. So this live stream is brought to you by the PSAL. You are watching PSAL action. To stay up to date with game schedules, results, player stats, and championship brackets, visit the PSAL's official website at www.psal.org. Want more highlights and full game coverage? Subscribe to the PSL YouTube channel and catch all the action on demand. The tag is NYCPSAL1903. And don't forget to follow the PSAL on social media at NYCPSAL on Instagram, X, and Threads.
Got Madison.
And we are also sponsored by the Army. Be bold and follow your dream. We know teamwork and we know leadership. Energize your passion and make a plan for your future. Army leaders know education is key, so be all you can be. With a team that makes a difference, did you know that the U.S. Army offers over 200 career paths? Learn high-end, very technical skills in STEM, logistics, legal, robotics, engineering, culinary, administration, or even hone your sports and music performance. Whatever your passion, the U.S. Army can get you trained for success full-time or part-time. Ask about our debt-free education benefits or our business partnerships to get you set after service. Keep your options open. Be all that you can be with the U.S. Army. Visit goarmy.com. And of course, we are sponsored by Ascendant. DEF CON and New York Hustle 7-on-7 trials for 15U and 18U will be held on December 14th in Gillette, New Jersey at Center Court Club and Sports Indoor Facility starting at 7 p.m. Tryout number 2 will be held on December 21st at the Nest at 11 a.m. A 15 to 20 man roster selection will be made per team after the completion of both tryouts. We are seeking the best players in the NYC and tri-state area to compete nationally for DEF CON and the top players to run the NYC area with New York Hustle. The first 75 registered participants will get a free DEF CON compression. Register now on Ascendant Athletics and Culture IG and Twitter pages and in their profile bio, or use the QR code on the flyer. So, Mr. Polius, what do you think about this ball game? FJM James Madison, we saw it in the regular season. FJM won handily in week 5, 32-0. Like I said, FJM are not your regular 6 seed. They were able to knock off the number 1 seeded A. Philip Randolph in a thriller last week, 44-34. And what do you think about this matchup?
I mean, whenever a team gets beat that bad in regular season, they're always going to look for revenge in the playoffs. But the real question is, do they have the firepower for it? If you look in their last game, although Madison won, they beat New Utrecht 20-19. They still gave up 300 yards of offense. And will this defense be able to stop this FJM attack? And Cooper, who was essentially, Jahmyr Gibbs in his last playoff game.
Jahmyr Gibbs. Let me tell you something about Naeem Cooper. In the regular season, he had 20 carries for 524 yards and 7 touchdowns. That is in only 4 PSAL games, Greg. Let's do some math. That is 26.2 yards per carry. That is a touchdown every 3 carries.
So are we saying he's the player to watch? I mean, I'm just asking questions that need answers.
Let me give you some more evidence to convince you that he's the player to watch, right? In the semifinals versus APR, he had 8 catches for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. Had 200 yards receiving in the first half. And he also tagged on 6 carries for 81 yards. So that is a total of 331 total yards of offense. Yes, he is the player to watch.
Hence my Jahmyr Gibbs reference earlier. Do it, lining up as a receiver or out of the backfield.
But on the Madison side, if they're going to pull off this upset, if they're going to get their get back, it's going to be all about number 5 running back, Mr. Leahy. And Leahy was great in the first time these two teams faced off. And in that quarterfinal matchup against John Jay, he had 28 carries, 227 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
I mean, it's clear Leahy's the workhorse back, the every down back for this Madison team. And to keep the FJM offense off the field, we're going to have a heavy dose of Travis Leahy today, or at least we should. The key to keeping potent offense off the field is running the ball well.
And this is go ahead.
Just look at what the Chicago Bears did last night with Swift and Monungai running for over 200 yards of offense by themselves. Didn't give the Eagles offense much chance to do much of anything. Well, they haven't done much of anything in general, but that's a whole nother conversation.
No shade. Shout out to Philadelphia Eagles. You want to sponsor it? You want to sponsor it? All right, anyway, so one thing that is a bit different in this matchup compared to the Week 5 matchup is number 3, Najee Hunter, one of the main playmakers for this James Madison team, did not play. So let's see how Mr. Hunter can really get involved in this game. And another player I love for James Madison is number 6, Gavin Pelzer. Great player. I remember in the Truman game all the way back in Week 1, he had 3 touchdowns in the second half to get that late win for James Madison. So here they come onto the field. James Madison will receive.
I love the James Madison unis here, looking like Missouri.
No, I like it. I do like it. When I walked down the field, I said, ooh, so we going with the yellows.
Yeah,
okay.
Yellow on yellow. Statement unis.
And their statement is, we know what happened in Week 5. We know that you guys are undefeated and you beat the other undefeated team in APR. But we do not care. We are confident and we are here to compete in this 3A championship. But on the other side, the Sharks are saying, let's have some deja vu. But this time, We want to raise a trophy at the end of it. This is FJM. This is James Madison. This is the PSAL 3A Championship. This is FJM's first time in the 3A as they were in the 2A. And they're going to try to make it one and done and get a championship. Ball's on the ground. It's loose. Who has it? FJM think they have it? And yes, they do. I mean, that's just a catastrophe if you're James Madison trying to pull off this upset, Greg.
Not how you want to start at all if you're Madison. But what's done is done. Defense has to come out and lock up.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing when you're trying to upset a team is that you cannot give them extra possessions. So here we go, the high-powered offense of FJM led by number 22, Naeem Cooper. And he is going to be lined up in the slot up in the trips on the top of your screen. Starting at quarterback will be Mike Misla. It's going to be a double pass as they throw it, and it's wide open and dropped.
That's lack of concentration. That's the only thing I could chalk that up to, because great play call on first down and not a yellow jersey in sight for about 10, 15 yards. You got to look that in and waltz into the end zone. No reason for that drop right there.
So it's a incompletion. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Pass was intended for number 9, Michael Misla.
Michael is the quarterback. I think that was number 16.
Yes, I'm sorry. You're right.
Yes. So FJM run a two-man committee at quarterback. Michael Misla is starting right now, and number 18, Jaden Brown, you'll see him at quarterback as well. So it's the 2nd and 10. Looks like they're changing the play at the line. Mike looks right. Looking, trying to direct traffic. He's going to take it himself, and he will slide right out of bounds. It should be a little short of the first down.
You know what I love about that from Misla? He didn't see the look he wanted, kept his eyes downfield, but also kept his feet moving. Now it's going to be 3rd and short.
So here we go. It's a 3rd down, 3rd and short. Third and 1, let's call it.
And 2 straight passes for FJM on their first offensive drive.
Sending Cooper in motion. They're going to hand it off to him. There he goes. Naeem Cooper up the left sideline. He's going to go out of bounds.
And that's second game today where we see that little shovel pass right in front of the quarterback. Naeem Cooper using that burst of speed to get the first down and then some. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
That is Naeem Cooper, man. One of the most dangerous players. Doesn't matter if you're talking 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. And they're going to run the same exact play. There he goes. Can he punch it in? Just short, down to the 1-yard line.
Looked like he was tiptoeing and tap dancing on that one. He didn't have that same explosion like he did on the previous play.
So it's going to be a 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Again, this was caused by that opening kickoff fumble recovery.
I mean, wouldn't it be an onside kick recovery?
Plus, I can't even really, yes, I guess it's technically an onside kick, but I don't think it was intended to be an onside kick. It was like 30 yards down the field.
No, it wasn't. Watch the replay. It wasn't.
I have to watch the replay on that. As they hand it off, it's a double handoff, and Mr. Reed slips.
If he keeps going to the outside, he might hit Pater right there.
So it's a 3rd and goal. You know FJM, this is probably 4-down territory for them. They definitely want to cash their check.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Dre. I would, even if they don't make it, I'd line up right away and just go right after it.
And it's a fake, and he throws it. Touchdown, Sharks! That is Michael Misla to number 11, Wade Evans.
And you know what I love about that play, Dre? Play action. Defense collapsed in the middle, and Misla had the opportunity to run that in for himself, but he was like, you know what? Let me spread the love, and got the touchdown to Evans, the senior. And they're going to go for 2 here, opting out of the extra point, Misla in a shotgun with Jacob Reed in the backfield with him. Takes a snap. And that's going to be no good as the pass is incomplete. Now, Madison is going to have another opportunity to get their offense on the field. But if they, let's call it a squib kick, I'll meet you in the middle. And if they can't feel a squib kick cleanly, just fall on it. Do not allow FJM to get in there and get their mitts on it. I also got a shout out to FJM as a program overall after doing what they did in the 2-way and coming up to the 3-way and going undefeated, which you don't often see. You usually see the teams that move up. There's a little bit of a learning curve. So shout out to their coaching staff as well as the players and the athletes on the team.
So here we go. Mr. Polius. What do I always say? Special teams, special teams, special teams. It's already costed Madison 1 possession.
It didn't just cost them a possession. It cost them points.
Essentially. So here we go. Everyone attention. Let's see what happens here. 6-0 lead. And again, no way. And it's recovered by James Madison somehow. Have you ever seen a squib, an onside like that?
Honestly, I don't even know what I just witnessed. What just happened? I'm trying to, recollect my thoughts here because it bounced off one player's shoulder pads, then it kicked forward another 10 yards, and then FJM fell on it, then it popped out into the hands of the Madison player and essentially becomes like a 50-yard return.
James Madison says, we'll take it any way we can get it. 1st and 10, and their young sophomore quarterback, Rainiel Villanueva, he's going to try to lead his team, a sophomore, in a 3A championship, as they're going to hand it off, and in no yardage because number 58, Jonathan LaForest, stuffed it.
Swallowed up in the backfield right there. I mean, the offensive line got no push and just got kind of manhandled by the D-line right there of FJM.
So that was Travis Leahy on the carry. Like we said before, Travis Leahy is the highlight man for this Golden Knights team. But again, this team is young. Sophomore quarterback. Travis Leahy is a sophomore. Gavin Pelzer is a sophomore. And also Najee Hunter is a sophomore.
So
it's
very
a lot
young
of youth.
core.
It's a young core for this Golden Knights team. So trips to the top. Rainiel in shotgun. Going to throw for the first time today. Throws it. That was dangerous. But it's just going to be a loss of 1. Wow. That could have been the easiest pick 6. Looked like that was number 7, Mr.
Emmanuel Boyce.
Yeah.
If Boyce was paying attention to the throw, I think he was focused on making a tackle and covering. But if he's watching the throw, he's waltzing into the end zone.
Yeah, I was holding my breath there when I saw that throw. I said, "Oh my gosh, this is pay dirt." But instead, it's going to be a 3rd down. 1st down looks like it is the 24-yard line. Rainiel in the shotgun. Let's see who they call it on.
everybody jumped.
And it's going to be a false start on the offense.
Again, you don't want unforced errors. You just turned the ball over, gave up points. You don't want to move in a negative direction, especially after, the fortunate bounce and the ball ended up in your hands and you get it out to almost the 30-yard line.
So it's called a 3rd and 16, 3rd and 17. Rainiel Villanueva, he had 532 yards in the regular season and 7 touchdowns. I really like this young sophomore quarterback, but this will be his toughest challenge. The Sharks in a chip game, trying to get away. He does, keeps his eyes down the field, throws it incomplete.
Now, Dre, do you try a coffin corner here? Do you try to punt it out of bounds, or are you going to go for it? If it's me, I play the field position game. It's still very early.
Listen, Andre Johnson is all about the special teams. Punt it, coffin kick it if you can. Make the Sharks go 90 to 95 yards. And it looks like they are going to do that. It looks pretty sure this is punting formation for the Golden Knights.
It's 7 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first quarter. I have to make note that is the first time all day we have agreed on something.
Listen, man, this is the dynamic duo, but we rarely agree. But it looks like the Golden Knights agree with us. Nate is back to punt, number 22. Good snap. But he shanks it. And, man, that is just a huge missed opportunity for James Madison, Greg.
The sentiment was there. The execution was not.
So, all right. It's almost like that's almost like the equivalent of a fumble or something like that.
Essentially. And with this explosive FJM offense, you don't want to give them, plus field position. Because one big play, they across the 50 in Madison territory.
So Naeem Cooper, number 22, on the bottom of your screen in the slot. Something very similar from the previous game. Didn't have him running in the backfield as much. As I say that, they motion him to the backfield. And there he goes, Naeem Cooper, still on his feet, up the left sideline. But no, they are blowing the whistle. Looks like he's out at about the 37-yard line.
And after one big play, they are in Madison territory. When you have an athlete or a playmaker like Naeem Cooper, the goal is to get the ball in his hands as much as possible. It's going to be up to this Madison defense to try to – you can't make him a non-factor, but try to subdue him. Instead of that play being a 20, 25-yard gain, you try to cut him off, push him out.
Listen, easier said than done. That's Naeem Cooper. As it looks like, an early snap. They just handed off to Jacob Reed, and he makes something out of nothing there. That's a game of about 7 on the early snap.
It's going to be a long day for Madison if they cannot contain the run.
But listen, this is the thing with this FJM team and why they're undefeated. Yes, you want to contain the run, but because they have so much balance in their offense, you can't sell out on the run. You can't drop back 8. It's a very, very difficult team to come up against, and this is why I always prefer balance over anything, and pretty much in all sports, especially football. So it's a 2nd and 3. They're going to hand it off. He's going to take it outside. It could have been a holding. And, yes, as he goes into the end zone, Ahmed Cisse, let's not even get excited because it is coming back.
100% coming back because whoever was blocking on the outside mauled their men into the ground, unnecessarily so. All they had to do was just keep his hands just up.
Listen, if you guys are fans of Sage Media, hopefully this isn't your first time tuning in. You know that, I like to, put some excitement into the game. I looked at that and I said, listen, I got to commentate another game tomorrow. I got to commentate this game. Let me save my voice because we know that one is coming back.
Nobody believes you, Dre. Nope, we don't believe you. I still heard the excitement. I heard it.
Dang, I was about to go to the chat, but they're not here. Dang.
That would have been fun.
So here we go. Should be. Oh, interesting. Because they're pretty much taking the snap from the same place of the holding. So it's still second down. It's almost like we're repeating second down. Mikey looking to throw.
That's exactly what it is they're repeating.
And it's a false start. It's going to be a false start on FJM.
And FJM is just going in the wrong direction right here. I need Madison to use this to the as momentum.
So it's going to be a second and – looks like about a 2nd and 8. Mikey sends Coop in motion. Mikey looks in that direction, looks right, rolls out, and he's going to go down. That's a great sack from number 0, Sebastian.
Great pursuit of the quarterback right there. Misler once outside of the pocket like that, if there's nobody there, you got to throw that ball away. Can't afford to take such a big sack after losing so much yardage on previous downs. Great pursuit right there from Madison.
Great job, Mr. Apollon. One of the few seniors on this James Madison team. As this is going to be, let's call it a 3rd and 14. So it's a 3rd and 14. Let me tell you something. I can guarantee that they're going to take a shot here. I already see number 3, Najee Hunter. He's back deep, about 20 yards, shading over Naeem Cooper. They're looking that direction. They're going to throw it to number 12. Has a few blockers ahead of him, but no. So that's going to be taken by Delonte Davis. And that's going to be the first FJM punt of the day.
Great job by the Madison defense, holding strong right there.
You know, if I'm James Madison, then that's a win. That is definitely a win. They get off the field. Oh, as I say it, Coach Mack is sending the offense back onto the field. So we have a 4th and 10, and it looks like they will be going for it. As we have a timeout.
Yeah.
FJM.
I was going to say, I don't know if I agree with that in that moment. If he sent the offense right out initially, go for it. But the hesitation, the back and forth, I'm not sure if I agree with that.
So again, we want to thank our partners at the Army for being one of the sponsors of this stream. Be bold and follow your dream. We know teamwork and we know leadership. Energize your passion and make a plan for your future. Army leaders know education is key, so be all that you can be with a team that makes a difference. Did you know that the U.S. Army offers over 200 career paths? Learn high-end, very technical skills in STEM, logistics, legal, robotics, engineering, culinary, administration, or even hone your sports and music performance. Whatever your passion, the U.S. Army can get you trained for success, full-time or part-time. Ask about our debt-free education benefits or our business partnerships to get you set after service. Keep your options open. Be all that you can be with the U.S. Army. Visit GoArmy.com.
Well done, sir. Well done. The Army would be proud.
Hope so, man. I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do, man. So, 4th and 10. You have Naeem Cooper. You have Michael Misler. How can you get the ball to Naeem Cooper here, man? You see him in the slot.
Well, it looks like they got a safety over the top. So they're going to – Madison doesn't want Cooper to beat them.
As Mikey looks to the right, throws it, and it's caught, and nothing but end zone touchdown. Sharks, Anthony Millan.
What a great job by Misler, hitting his receiver in stride. And I meant to say before your ad read, while I didn't agree with going for it there, but I love the use of the timeout for FJM to recollect themselves, figure out exactly what they wanted to do there.
Just excellent, excellent play. Anthony Milan, when we had the Sage Standout Game of the Week between these two teams, Anthony Milan was one of the Sage Standout players of the game, and he's on the board there with about a 40-yard touchdown. Is it going for two here? Jaden Brown in at quarterback.
Looks like we got another false start.
So they're going to go for two to try to make it 14. And I'll let you take that replay once we have it queued up. But what I love so much about the throw is that he had the safety kind of barreling down. But Mikey Misla really trusted his arm on that throw. I'm really excited for you guys to see it again. As they go for two, Mr. Reed gets into the end zone. So our score is number 6, FJM 14, James Madison nothing. And let's go to that replay.
As we wait for the replay, here we go. Replay queued up. At least I thought it was.
I made it.
Here we go. Looks right. And that's a great job right there. Missler just throwing the ball where he expects his receiver to be, not throwing it directly to him, allowing him to catch the ball in stride and waltz into the end zone.
And like I said, you have a safety who has a bead on it, but he trusts himself. And Anthony, great job, strictly hands catch, and this is going to be a false start or offsides on the kickoff. And like I said, Anthony caught that in stride. Listen, he saw the safety too, but he said, listen, I trust myself. I trust my quarterback and his ball placement. And just like you said, didn't have to miss one step right into the end zone on a 4th and 10.
That's the biggest thing right there. That is demoralizing for a defense.
Listen, if I'm James Madison, keep your head up. You're still in this ball game. But just like that first matchup, they really struggled to move the ball. And it's the same thing so far. They have tremendous athletes. They have Travis Leahy. They have Mr. Najee Hunter. They have Gavin Pelzer. They have to find ways to get these playmakers the ball. As we're going to have to – is that another penalty? I guess not. Well, I guess it technically is a penalty because they'll just take –
I got to be honest. I've never seen that.
Yeah, so we do have a referee in here. We don't have a referee on the mic. I'm actually not sure what that is.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. I'm sure a conference is necessary. Here comes the white hat.
Because I'm assuming it's essentially an onside kick that doesn't go 10 yards. So usually on that, you don't take it from the spot, do you?
Shout out to Coach Jones at Eagle Academy. He was on it immediately.
So this is where we really miss having our referee in the booth if you tuned into the 1A game.
I guess that would be a legal procedure?
No, it's essentially if a onside kick doesn't go 10 yards. But didn't they kick it from the 30?
I guess that's where the ball landed. But here's the real positive out of all of this. Madison starts the ball in FJM territory. Let's see how they go about it on this possession.
And Neil sends Hunter in motion. Going to hand it off, and woo! That is how you fill a hole. Number 45 on the tackle. Don't have a number, unfortunately.
Now, I'm wondering, that's the second time they've tried to dive right into the teeth of the defense. You just saw a sea of white. You try to run off tackle here, whether it be left or right, and see if you could get something or get Leahy to bounce to the outside.
Yeah, they're not getting any joy up the middle of this defense so far. So you have Gavin Pelzer, Najee Harris on the bottom of your screen. He's going to look in that direction. He's going to run it, and it is nothing. The middle of this FJM defense, led by Jonathan LaForce on that play. So tough, Greg.
You want your offense to at least do something to get moving. But all FJM is doing is making them go the wrong way. And that's a shout-out to the push that defensive line of FJM is getting. If I'm the OC at James Madison, I got to throw a little wrinkle there. I got to change something up. 3-step drop, get rid of the ball real quick. A couple quick hitters, get some positive yardage.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 14. They're going to hand it off again, and this time it's Amari Britt.
Now, if you're on defense and the team runs a dive on 3rd and 14, what are you thinking? Let me see if we're on the same page again.
Listen, it seems like they want to play it safe. They don't want to have the big mistake, and they want to stay in this ball game. They're saying, you know what? 3rd and 14 might be a little much, so let's just keep it safe and play some defense.
And here's the thing. No championships were ever won playing it safe. Gotta get the ball in the air. You gotta see what you could do against this defense.
And let's see if it's a good roll. Man, could have been a better roll for Madison, but it's going to be out at about the 23-yard line. So here we go. The Sharks scored on their first 2 possessions. So 2 touchdown passes from Mikey Misla. First one was a simple one, a toss to Wade Evans. The second one, a bit more difficult. 4th and 10 from the 40-yard line. He throws a strike to Anthony Milan.
And as you're talking about this vaunted FJM offense, little inside info, the offensive coordinator, the leader of this FJM offense, played at Madison in high school.
Yes, that is true. So here we go. So Jaden Brown in at quarterback. Fakes it, looking to throw. He wanted to throw deep. He will throw deep. That's the Naeem Cooper one-on-one, and whoo! He probably should have came down on it, but that was good coverage from Najee Hunter.
And here's the crazy thing. That ball was still in his breadbasket.
Arguably, he probably should have caught it.
I'm all for a good bit of trash talking. I don't mind it, but not when you're down 14-0.
Listen, you gotta rally yourself up somehow. You know what I'm saying? So whatever gets you going.
Also, that tidbit of information was given to me by my cousin Paul Sugarman, who was an offensive and defensive lineman for Madison back in the day. So shout out to
throw it. It is caught. And that's a very, very good tackle. That's number 7, Demir Exum.
It's a great tackle right there. Not allowing any yards after the catch.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 15. Lost quite a few yards on that play.
I'll say this. If they can get a stop here and flip the field, they could possibly start in good field position once again.
Before that, that will be the end of the first quarter in this PSAL 3A championship. Our score is FJM 14, James Madison nothing.
But here's the flip side of that. Madison has had positive field position, but they haven't really done anything with it. So how is the offense going to respond to it?
Yep, that's been the biggest question. They weren't able to score in the first matchup. They got to find a way to score in this championship game. So, again, this live stream is brought to you by the PSAL. You're watching PSAL action. To stay up to date with game schedules, results, player stats, and championship brackets, visit the PSAL's official website at www.psal.org. Want more highlights and full game coverage? Subscribe to the PSAL YouTube channel and catch all the action on demand. The tag is NYCPSAL1903. And don't forget to follow the PSAL on social media at NYCPSAL on Instagram, X, and Threads for the latest updates, stories, and highlights. That's NYCPSAL. So, Mr. Police, we're sitting here in this 3A championship game. Sharks have a 3rd and 15. Seems like no down distance intimidates the Sharks.
Clearly. Clearly.
So let's see what they do here. Again, it's such a tough team to stop. And, we just saw Anthony Milan, catch that touchdown. It's 3rd and 15. Jaden Brown steps up, escapes the pressure, looking. He's going to take it down himself. There is a flag. There are 2 flags on the play. So there are 2 flags on the play. Let's find the white hat.
Let's find the white hat.
So there's probably going to be offsetting penalties here and just replay the down.
That is correct. All right, so offsetting penalties, 3rd and 15.
It's okay, Dre. You could just say Greg was right.
Greg was definitely right. So if you guys keep a score at home, the score is 2-100, Andre, as Greg has scored his first 2 points in our arguments. And there's going to be a flag on this play, 2 flags on the play. Jaden, good effort, but it looks like this one is coming back.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a hole there on the offensive line. I appreciate Zoe, producer Zoe, for the support. I heard that, Zoe. Thank you.
So, yes, it will be a holding on FJM. So it's going to be a 3rd and long here. So, again, just like we were saying earlier, I don't think FJM has seen a down in distance that they don't like.
Here's the other part of it, right? Madison has shown they can't move the ball. So why would you feel intimidated by any down and distance at this point? You get 10 yards here and you go for it on 4th down. Even if you don't get it, you have faith in your defense that they're going to come up big again.
One thing that's a bit dangerous here on the top of your screen, Naeem Cooper in the slot. Looks like he's one-on-one with a safety. Let's see if that's where they attack. No, as he's going to go down. Ball's on the ground. Who has it? Ahmed Cisse picks it up. But look at the Golden Knights defense on this drive.
Jaden Brown's pocket awareness on that particular snap. It looked like he was trying to get the ball out, but he didn't feel the pressure coming and then step up in the pocket to make a play.
So it looks like this will be FJM's first punt of the day. So this is a prime opportunity for the Golden Knights. They have two of their best athletes in number 4, Tobias Millard, and number 3, Najee Hunter. Got to field the punt and got to give your offense great field position. Punting is number 12, Delonte Davis.
Did you just get him to jump?
Before that, yeah, looks like it's going to be another flag.
Madison can't keep shooting themselves in the foot like this.
This gives the punter a bit more room. Again, it's all about fielding the punt here. Good snap. Good punt. And it went off number 52. It looks like it was missed. Probably costed them maybe about 7 yards there. But right, knocking on the door of midfield, first down for James Madison.
Let's see if Madison could get some positive yardage out of this. You know, the first couple possessions, we saw the dives on first down. And what's my favorite play, Dre? Play action. Maybe
you really do love play action.
I do, especially at this level, because teams are so used to running the ball. It's a good way to catch a defense sleeping if you have the right route combinations.
Listen, you have to set up the play action. Madison hasn't been able to set up anything in this first quarter. Let's see if in the second quarter if they can do a little something. Great pocket awareness from Mr. Rayneel. Throws it down the field. It is caught from Mr. Hunter. There it goes up the right sideline. 10-5. Touchdown. Golden Knights.
What a way to make a play right there.
Mr. Najee Hunter.
Didn't quite catch it cleanly, but was able to tip it up to himself, keep his eye on the ball, concentrate, and outrace everybody down the sideline into the end zone. Great job by Rayneel to evade the pressure in the pocket, sidestep the rusher, and keep his eyes downfield to hit his receiver.
And it's really just such an excellent play, just like you said. From Rayneel to the focus of Najee Hunter. Like I said, in that first matchup, Mr. Hunter was not available. And you see the kind of athlete he is. As the offense is still on the field, going for 2 here.
That was a very much needed play.
Gets to the outside. You can't return it. Blow it dead. As our score will remain 14-6. Sharks.
If possible, I don't know what their kicking situation is like, but I would have tried to take the points there and make it a one-score game. Yes, it's still a one-score game.
So we're getting ready for that replay.
Watch this job by Rayneel to sidestep the rush. Rolls. Whoop. And there it is. Eyes downfield. Just over the outstretched arms of the linebacker. And like I said, great concentration by Hunter.
And I love the speed to be able to finish the run.
Now, we've seen like 17 onside kicks today in 2 games. Do you think we're seeing another one here?
Kick the ball down the field, play defense. The last thing you need to do is give this offense a short field.
Oh, snap. We agree twice.
Look at us, man. And they kick it actually to Naeem Cooper. But good coverage. I spoke too soon. Okay, there you go. Listen. There's a bad man right there at number 22, Mr. Cooper. So
that was a great side on the back end of that coverage because if he beats that, he's gone after he reverse fields.
Man, he had a play last week against APR. He takes the screen pass, and just like we saw there, he had 2-3 people on him. Whoop, spins across him, flips the field for about a 60-yard touchdown to open up the scoring for FJM. So we know the kind of athlete Mr. Cooper is. And it's still number 18, Jaden Brown, in at quarterback.
I still think that's too good a field position to give this offense.
Completely agree.
If you're keeping count, that's the third time.
You know, we're all in the holiday spirit, you know? That must be what it is. So here we go. Ball's on the 44-yard line. Madison with a bit of momentum after the long Najee Hunter touchdown. Let's see if the defense can capitalize now. Sends a man in motion. Hands it off to Jacob Reed. There he goes. Cuts it up. Gets about 8 to 9 yards on that play.
So I don't know if you noticed, but Madison only had 10 men on the field on that play.
I did not notice. Are you serious?
Yeah, they had 10 men on the field. I saw somebody motioning to the sideline, but they didn't come in late. And look, they were missing their defensive tackle. Go figure.
There he goes. Gets it out quickly to Naeem Cooper. But what a tackle from number 7, Damir Exum. And the ball is out? Okay, yes, it is ruled down.
That's a great job by Exum right there, making sure the shifty Naeem Cooper does not go anywhere.
So it's going to be a third down. Let's call it 3rd and 5.
I'll say this, these last two series, this Madison defense has really picked it up.
Time out FJM.
That's their second timeout taken. You got to wonder if that's going to come back to bite them later in this half.
Again, thank you, Ascendant, for sponsoring this live stream. Ascendant. DEF CON and New York Hustle 7-on-7 tryouts for 15U and 18U will be held on Sunday, December 14th in Gillette, New Jersey at Center Court Club and Sports Indoor Facility starting at 7 p.m. Tryout number 2 will be held on Sunday, December 21st at the Nest at 11 a.m. The 15 to 20-man roster selection will be made per team after the completion of both tryouts. We are seeking the best players in NYC tri-state area to compete nationally for DEF CON and the top players to run the NYC tri-state area with New York Hustle. The first 75 registered participants will get a free DEF CON compression. Register now on the Ascendant Athletics and Culture IG and Twitter pages in their profile bio or use the QR code on the flyer. So we're getting back to the action. Third and 5. Jaden Brown says Naeem Cooper in motion. They're going to hand it off to him, and they get nothing. First one there was number 33, Dylan McDonald.
Great play recognition by the Madison defense because FJM ran that play earlier in the game, and Cooper ran like 30 yards for a first down and then some. And the play recognition to get inside the backfield and stand him up, immaculate job by the Madison defense.
Definitely want to shout out number 21, Lorenzo Ruggieri, in on that play as well. And look at that, 2 straight stops in a row for the Golden Knights team.
I'm telling you, the defense picked it up. Official timeout. As we figure out what's going on here. There's about 6 minutes left to go in the first half. When Madison gets this ball back, I love the way they were aggressive on first down on that last drive and obviously let the points. I hope they keep that same aggression.
Quite same. Madison has all the momentum on their side. Young sophomore Rainiel Villanueva did a great job delivering that ball, escaping the pressure. Good snap. He's thinking about it. He's going to take off Mr. Davis. And he is going to have balls on the ground. And Madison have it. What a turn of events. Delonte Davis decides to go for the Delonte Davis as an injured player. Mr. Davis decides to fake the punt. He had enough for the first down, and there was a big hit that forced the fumble to eventually give the ball back to the Golden Knights.
What a hit. What a hit to jar the ball loose. And once again, the Madison defense makes another play.
So they took the long way. But James Madison eventually get the ball back.
I mean, you can't be mad at him for pulling it down and running because he did have the first down.
He got it.
He got the first down. Because there was a couple missed tackles prior to the sticks. And the only thing you should be mad at really is the ball security.
So just so you guys know, there is an injured player on the field. Here at Sage Media, we like to take the camera off the young man while he's struggling. This is on the home sideline on the bottom of your screen. It's actually Tobias Millord. He was the one who forced that fumble. So talk about putting your body on the line. Hopefully he's doing okay as he's being attended to. So while that's happening.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Ask me a question right after this. So thank you to the Army for supporting this live stream. Be bold and follow your dream. We know teamwork and we know leadership. Energize your passion and make a plan for your future. Army leaders know education is key, so be all that you can be. With a team that makes a difference, Did you know that the U.S. Army offers over 200 career paths? Learn high-end, very technical skills in STEM, logistics, legal, robotics, engineering, culinary, administration, or even hone your sports and music performance. Whatever your passion, the U.S. Army can get you trained for success full-time or part-time. Ask about our debt-free education benefits or our business partnerships to get you set after service. Keep your options open. Be all that you can be with the U.S. Army. Visit GoArmy.com. So, you want to ask me a question, Mr. Police?
Yes. What do you think the FJM offense needs to do to go back to how they scored? Like, what changed?
Well, something very large changed in the offense. And, we're not putting so much on one player. But when you have this two-quarterback system, you play you're on a tight rope on when to swap the quarterbacks, Mikey threw for 2 touchdowns, and you take him out. As Mr. Leahy, nothing on the ground. This defense is relentless. But, yeah, just gets back to my point, Greg, Mikey Misla, he throws 2 touchdowns. You're having his 2-quarterback system. You take him out, and all of the momentum is zapped out of your offense, Here at Sage Media, we covered Eagle Academy. They had a 2-quarterback system. And, all the time I'm watching and I'm saying, okay, when do you're going 2 possessions, but now it's a championship game. Why not ride the hot hand? And it looks like that decision burned the Sharks here.
And, no, I agree with you right there in this instance. Something to keep in mind. Leahy got hit hard on that play. So hopefully, he doesn't get alligator hands or anything like that.
And not at all. Look at him go. Pretty decent gain. Gain of about 6. Let's call it 3rd and 7 here. 3rd and 6. Let's go with 3rd and 6. But it's interesting. It seems like the Knights are committed to running the ball up the middle, Greg.
You know, I had something for this, but I don't. I would like to see some different directions for them to go with the run.
So here we go. Third down. Madison have a ton of positive momentum. Can they keep it going? Ray Neal tries to escape the rush. Ball's on the ground, and it's, wow, Ray is going to scoop it back somehow.
So you mentioned a word that I thought was very important earlier, and that word was balance. When you run, pass, you allow the defense, especially in third and long, to pin their ears back and pressure the quarterback, and you take your quarterback out of a throwing rhythm. You need more of a balanced attack on offense to, one, keep your quarterback in rhythm, but also keep the defense honest. Everybody knew they were passing the ball there. So even with him rolling out, it doesn't change the pursuit of the defense.
And that is going to be the third and final timeout for FJM.
I got to think they took a timeout there anticipating a fake. But if I'm Madison, I wouldn't fake a punt right here. You've had two straight solid defensive series. Allow FJM to go the length of the field, assuming they were going for a fake.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was a fake, if it was a, miscommunication between the receiving team. But yeah, that's their final timeout. I mean, there's still 3:51 left on this game in this first half. But you have no timeouts now, so let's see. But again, I always say on punts, you have to execute. You have to execute.
And the other part about it, the execution is on the other side too. Got to feel the punt, and we've seen numerous fumbles on punts this year.
Yeah, a dangerous returner is back, Jacob Reed. You'll hear me say his name a whole lot because he does not leave the field. Offense, defense, special teams. It could be punt return, kickoff. Number 0, Agent 0 is on the field. So here we go, 4th and 12. Good snap. A pretty decent kick. It is returnable. Mr. Reed, its ball's on the ground, and he falls on it.
What I say. I don't know what it is about feeling punts, man, but sometimes it's like the ball has butter on it.
But like I said, they tried to field the punt. And I have to respect that. If you guys are fans of the PSAL, if you're fans of Sage Media, I've been crying out, go field the punt. All right, so it's 1st and 10. Jaden Brown still in that quarterback. Empty backfield. Goop motions in. Going to do a double reverse. There goes Jacob Reed. He's going to come back in the same direction that he came from. A flag on the play, so all this hard work, the razzle-dazzle, it's coming back.
Can I be honest? I thought they missed a false start on Naheem Cooper. He twitched a little before he went in motion, but it's going to be on FJM anyway. So maybe the football gods saw what I saw. Blindside block right there on the call, so it's going to back FJM up. Sharks' offense has sputtered a little bit, but Missler's back at quarterback here on this drive. So let's see if that changes anything. Also,
ooh, that's a bad penalty. Yeah. Greg, they are snapping it from the 20-yard line. The first down is the 45-yard line. It's a 1st and 25.
Can we shout out the pursuit of the Madison defense on that, too? But, yeah, 1st and 25. And Cooper takes the handoff, trying to get all of it back at one time.
Guess what? Another flag.
It's going to be a face mask.
Oh, that would be devastating. That would be an automatic first down.
Yep.
No, it's a penalty on the holding on FJM.
I kind of saw the referee tug at his face, so I thought it was going to be a face mask. In big games, penalties will shoot you in the foot all the time. Unless you're the New York Jets and they shoot you in the foot every game.
Shout out to New York Jets, man. So we shout out the New York Jets, the Philadelphia Eagles,
Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears. If you guys are in Philadelphia watching, which there are people who tune in from Philadelphia to watch, we appreciate you guys.
I definitely know we got somebody in Atlanta watching right now, too. Yeah.
Love to hear that. We currently have 377 people watching as they hand it off. And there he goes up the left sideline. That's a good run from Ahmed Cisse.
Good tackle, but gave up a lot of yardage right there.
As they make it a much more manageable second down now. They started at first and 25, and now after that gain of about 13. It's a second and let's call it second and 12. Naeem Cooper in the slot, the bottom of your screen. They're going to hand it off and right into the backfield. Breaks two, gets a good block, and is another flag. Big hit from number 9 from James Madison, Mr. Williams. But again, the penalties, sloppy play from FJM.
I think that's going to be another.
Yep, it's a block in the back.
Yep. FJM is making it way harder on themselves than they need to. This is where Madison needs to capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, sloppy play. This is a 3A championship, you know?
But the other
Gotta clean it up.
Madison has 3 timeouts, right? The clock is not their friend. They want to get the ball back, try to score again before this half. At some point, they're going to have to start utilizing these timeouts. Because FJM is in no hurry to run plays because they already have the lead. So you want to try to play keep away at this point.
So let's call it second and long. The first down is the 44-yard line. Mikey looking to throw. Throws it out to Coop. And he'll go out of bounds. And just to update you guys, it looks like number 0, Jacob Reed, is shaken up on the sidelines for FJM. So that would be a big loss. Hopefully he's doing okay. Get back onto this football field. So third and manageable. Third and manageable. I mean, a third and 15 is a lot more manageable. It's been like first and 30, first and 25 on this drive. So, yeah, so a more manageable third and 15. First down is the 44-yard line. Mikey takes it, looks left, throws it left. It is caught, but he can't keep his balance and stay on his feet. Naeem Cooper.
Again, I'm very surprised there's no timeout being called by Madison.
So we are under a minute in this first half. I mean, it was a hot start, but the second quarter kind of really slowed down about halfway through it.
It was a flag fest.
Yeah. 400 people watching. Really appreciate you guys. There's a flag on the play. Looks like a delay of game on FJM.
I mean, that's a good job by FJM, honestly, just running the clock down. But here's what I don't understand. You have 3 timeouts. Why not use them? There's about Just under 20 seconds to go and a half.
Good snap. Good kick. Should be. And now they're back to their old ways, not fielding the punts. But, hey, it doesn't cost them too much here. Now, if I imagine what – okay, there you go. If I imagine the strategy from James Madison here, if they didn't use any of their timeouts, I would only assume that they're going to come take a knee. They're going to say, hey, we're up against undefeated FJM. We'll take 14-6 going into halftime. Only 0.9 seconds left on the official clock now.
Possessions matter in a championship game, and you want to try to get as many offensive possessions as possible.
You also want to stay in the fight. You don't want a big mistake.
I believe that, but, staying in a fight means you have to score.
Hey, they don't need it all at once. I can only imagine they should just have young Rainiel come knee it here.
They do have the defensive momentum on their side. I will say that.
It's 1st and 10. Say, actually line up in shotgun. They're just going to hand it off. He takes a big hit. Didn't need to take that hit, but no. Travis Leahy's a tough kid. So here we go. That is the end of the first half of the PSAL 3A championship game. Our score is FJM 14, James Madison 6. This is Andre Johnson and Greg Polius on the call. We will see you on the other side of halftime. And welcome back to the Eagles' Nest. It is the PSAL 3A Championship. Our score is 14-6 FJM. It is Andre Johnson and Greg Polius. Greg, what do you see? What do you think is key for both teams coming to become 3A champions, man?
I'll give you my key in a second, but I got to say 14-6 is a win for Madison after how FJM started that first half. But the key for FJM is get the ball in the hands of Naheem Cooper. Make your best playmaker make plays. And I think the key for Madison is to keep trying to push the ball downfield, test this pass defense, because the run defense, FJM is selling out for the run at this point. Let's see what they can do in the passing game.
So, if you remember, in the opening kickoff, the onside kick, the squib kick, whatever you want to call it, it was recovered by FJM. Even though they lost the coin toss, they still get an extra possession. Just for a quick recap, Mikey Misla threw 2 touchdowns in that first half, one to number 11, Wade Evans, and another one, a very brilliant throw to Anthony Milan. But then one of the plays of the day, Rainiel Villanueva connects with Najee Hunter, tipped up into the air by Najee, keeps his focus, catches it, and takes it to a house for about a 60-yard touchdown. That brings our score to 14-6. 24 minutes left of game time in the 3A to crown a champion. Let's see who wants it. They kick it to Naeem Cooper. Never a good idea, but that's great coverage from the Golden Knights. Great tackle from Gavin Pelzer.
I really want to see some teams just kick it deep and essentially dare a team to go the length of the field to score.
Yeah, again, an offense this good, you're giving them another short field.
Let's see if the Madison defense can keep up their strong ways as they ended the first half very well.
So back in at quarterback is number 9, Mikey Misla. He's going to hand it off to Mr. Jacob Reed. Tries to get off tackle, and there is a flag. And even though Jacob looks like he's going to take this to the house, no point of getting excited because it is coming back.
Oh, no. That's going to be a face mask on the defense, and that touchdown is going to count.
Wow. It was in the area of holding, crossed me up, and that's a touchdown, Sharks. Wow, Jacob Reed, I saw him on the sideline at halftime, and he had a bit of an injury with his hand. He taped it together. He said, I'm going to be good to go in the second half. 1 play, 1 touchdown. Incredible. Can't wait to see that replay.
The cutback was impressive.
Going to fake it. Mikey looks. He's going to get it in himself. Yes, 2-point conversion is good. Our score is 22-6 FJM. And Greg, I think I just by duty of Jacob Reed, I got to take this next replay because I got to give him a proper call. Let's go to it. I mean, it's just incredible. You see he goes off tackle here, has a bit of company, but he cuts back. Look, he's on the left hash mark, cuts all the way across the middle field, outside the right hash mark, and look at him go. What did I tell you about Jacob Reed, one of the top athletes? Doesn't matter 1A, 2A, 3A. Jacob Reed is up there amongst the best.
not what you want to start the half if you're Madison with a quick strike like that on a running play, no less. So Madison really has to do a good job on offense here, moving the ball, getting positive yardage. You can't have a possession where you go 3 and out because that would be way too big of a momentum shift for the Sharks. You really have to have a sustained drive right here. You also, before the sustained drive, you have to feel this kick, firstly, because that has been an issue all day on both sides of the ball.
So let's see. So they get an extra, they're kicking forward an extra 15 yards. So let's see if they kick it deep here. So Coop is going to kick it, and he does indeed kick it deep. Take it from Najee Hunter, and that's a good coverage from the Sharks.
Great job flying downfield and keeping Madison inside the, what is that, inside the 10-yard line?
No, it's incredible coverage. But again, I just want to give more flowers to number 0, Agent 0, Jacob Reed. You know, I know Coach McKinney, Coach Mack, Coach Dre, they went into that locker room and said that first half was not good enough. And that's what you need from your senior captain, Jacob Reed.
Can I also go back to look at what the Sharks did? They kicked the ball deep. Now they're forcing Madison to go the length of the field.
So let's go. Under center for the first time. They're going to hand it off. That's a good cut, but it's a good tackle. He had a big hole there. Mr. Travis Leahy. Be about a 2nd and 7.
FJM still has time on his side. Still a lot of time left in this game. But like I said, they need to have a sustained drive. 3 and out is not an option here. Not down 2 scores.
I completely agree. Let's see what Mr. Villanueva can do. He is under center here. A change in the offensive approach for the Golden Knights. And it looks like somebody flinched.
It's going to be a false start.
Yeah. Penalty on the Golden Knights. Back them up 5.
Can't afford these type of penalties in a game like this when you're already down. Discipline is key.
And listen, you're going to have to find a way to get the ball to number 3, Najee Hunter. You know, he was the one who made the play for you. And honestly, you know, Ray Neal looked pretty comfortable passing the ball. So would like to see them to go back to it. So it's a 2nd and 11. Still under center. Mr. Leahy in the backfield. They hand it off to him again. Has a bit of room up the right sideline. And he's going to be very close to a first down.
I think he got it. Oh, well, look. Hold on. Do you notice what was different about that run, Dre? He didn't run to the middle of the defense. Bounced it outside, and he got a first down.
That's very true. So that's going to be a first down, Golden Knights. That definitely has to just inject some confidence into the Golden Knights there.
Also gives them some space to operate. Their backs are not against their own end zone. You know, we saw 2 botched snaps in the last game, so that's also something you want to watch for, especially pinned down in your own territory.
Oh, interesting. It was a trick play. They send Ray Neal out as a wide receiver. Sharks weren't fooled, and the Golden Knights were confused. So they're going to back it up 5. 1st and 15. FJM fans are starting to get the defense chance started. First and 15 on about the 19-yard line. Hand it off, and again, this defense is just relentless.
You can't keep running to the teeth of the defense and getting stopped for short gains. Again, if I understand sticking with your game plan, I get it. But the score and the time don't dictate or allow you the ability to constantly, get these short gains. You have to, at some point, push the envelope and try to get some chunk yardage.
Well, I'd say there is still a bit of time left in this game. Only 8:31 to go in this third quarter. So they're in the shotgun now. Let's see if they set up enough. No, they're going to hand it off again, and it is the same result. This time it's Amari Britt. Third and long. Let's call it a 3rd and 15.
See, and now you put your quarterback in an obvious passing situation against a defense that has speed and can beat your tackles around the edge.
Yeah, you see the two safeties right at the first down marker, essentially. The first down is the 34-yard line, 33-yard line, let's call it. Rainiel in shotgun. Looks left. He's going to throw left. The slant, incomplete. Honestly, should have been pulled in by Tobias Millard.
Ball was slightly behind him. I get it, but both hands on it as a receiver. You're supposed to come down with it. But I hate putting your team in obvious passing situations when you could afford more balance on early downs.
So here we go. Up 22-6. The man who just broke about a 55-yard touchdown is back to receive it. That's Jacob Reed. The Sharks really looking for a big gut punch here. Mr. Nate, number 22, back to kick. A good snap. Decent punt. There is a flag on the play. Jacob Reed is going to pick it up. He has a bit of room up the right sideline. There he goes, Mr. Reed, back into the end zone, but there is a flag.
There's 2 flags, and that's definitely going to count. The first flag, I'm not sure, but there was definitely a blindside block, which was unnecessary because he's going to beat his man into the end zone anyway.
So illegal blocking it back on FJM.
No touchdown is going to come back for illegal blocking the back.
So it looks like there are 2 flags. So the first one was a block in the back. Or is this one a block in the back? So they're declining the block in the back. They're going to accept the holding. 2 infractions on the play.
But this goes back to something you said about Jacob Reed, the senior leader. And you get the ball in his hands, he makes something happen. So this is another thing that this Madison defense has to watch out for.
So they still, looks like they're still going to have the ball on the James Madison side of the field. Oh, no, we're taking it back a few more. No. Right on the 49-yard line. So I wasn't wrong. We're still on the James Madison side of the field.
The penalty was a holding against James Macchiarola. Frank Macchiarola.
22-6. Jaden Brown back in at quarterback.
I know we have a whole quarter to go, right? But this is a very important drive for both teams. And it's because if the Sharks can put the ball in the end zone, it creates enough distance where they can play defense aggressively. And that's going to be false start. Looks like it was on
right tackle.
The right tackle. And it's an important drive for Madison because you haven't been able to move the ball on offense You gotta step up on defense, make a play, try to get a turnover, and really get something positive to happen for your team. Because if you go down 28 or 30-6, it gets very bleak for an offense that can't move the ball.
There you go. A lot has to happen first. They give it back to Jacob Reed. He gets a good block from Wade on the outside. Makes a man miss. Look at him go. Mr. Reed putting the team on his back.
Gets about, 7 yards on that carry?
Man, imagine if they get Naeem Cooper going in this game. It's a 2nd and 4.
And honestly, if I'm the Sharks, I keep the ball on the ground. I eat the clock. I limit the possessions for Madison. There's no reason for me to pass the ball at this point when I'm pulling off 7-8 yards a carry.
I completely agree. Naeem Cooper in the backfield this time. They're going to hand it off to him. Gets a good block again from Mr. Wade. Naeem, look at the strength that he pushes enough for a first down. Listen, we're in charge of making some lists at the end of the year. You know, if you guys aren't familiar, we get it with a group of our friends, and we put together a media all PSAL team. Whew, we got a lot of decisions to make at running back.
Let me ask you,
Cooper makes it very difficult.
Are you doing whole city or are you going by division?
No, we do the whole city. 4A through the 1A in the PSAL. They hand it off to Ahmed Cisse. Another great block on the outside, but it's going to be coming back for another holding. The block was too good.
I disagree with the whole city. I think it should go by division.
Nah, it's no fun.
Yes, it is.
We like to make it a little more difficult for ourselves.
Think about it. Division 1, 2, and 3 have their own set of All-Americans. Right or wrong?
You're right, but guess what, man? It's my list. I'm not going to go back and forth with you.
Not the dictator card.
I'm sick of this guy. I'm sick of him.
Nah. Oh, I said, I'm Stalin in this piece. I do what I want.
No, but in all seriousness, we have a whole metric how we use. We have multipliers by the division you play, by the strength of your schedule. So it all does balance out. But we did have some 3A. Our second first team All-City quarterback was actually from the 3A last year. Looks to throw. It's caught. That's Naeem Cooper. There he goes. Still on his feet, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Sharks.
That's a great job showing strength by Cooper right there, and essentially just evading arm tackles and keeping his legs churning. But if you're Madison, you have to wrap up. You can't allow that to happen at this juncture of the game.
Listen, this is a 3A championship. Just like you said, you have to wrap up better than that. Before that, let's get the replay. Going for 2 here. Trying to make it 30. And he is going to punch it in, Mr. Brown. Our score will be 30-6. FJM with a commanding lead in this ball game.
Remember what I said about not allowing them to score on his drive and how it changes everything for this Madison team.
No, you're completely right. Now, it ain't over till it's over, but it's a tall task for this James Madison team now. So we're going to go to the replay after the kickoff. Let's see if they kick it deep. Yes, they do. Returnable. That's Mr. Leahy. Can he make something happen? Good coverage. That's Ahmed Cisse. And, Greg, let's go right to that replay of that Naeem Cooper touchdown.
First of all, this is a good job by Jacob Brown, getting a pocket move and keeping his eyes downfield. And, nice pitch and catch right there. But bouncing off 3 tacklers is a great job by Cooper, but inexcusable for Madison. You can't have 3 guys trying to make a tackle and allow him to walk free without even going down.
Completely agree, The tackling is a lot about want to. You got to want to put your body in between the person in the end zone. It's not an easy thing to do, especially in the weather, but a 3A championship is on the line. Sends a man in motion, hands it off to Mr. Millord up the right sideline. Gets a good block. Look at him go. That's going to be a gain of about 9.
That's a good tackle right there. Great run on first down.
4:18 and counting in this third quarter.
It's getting late early for Madison.
If it's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Taking a long time to get the play call in here.
Completely agree. Under center, it's Mr. Leahy. Mr. Rainiel. They're going to sneak it. Okay, and they get an easy 5 yards there.
Was that the Madison version of the tush push? I'm sorry, the brotherly shove.
Is that what it's called now?
That is what it's supposed to be called.
I actually didn't know that. It looks like it, Kind of took a page, if you guys have seen Newdorp play, and James Madison played Newdorp all the way in week -1, week 0, whatever you want to call it. Kind of a surprise QB sneak. But it is time to say it. Tick, 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 tick. You're down 30-6. You need to get some offense going more quickly. Sends a man in motion. Going to toss it to Mr. Leahy. Makes a man miss. Big hit on that right sideline. There actually is a flag.
I wonder if they're going to get a personal foul hit out of bounds because he didn't have much sideline to work with.
Yep, it is going to be a personal foul on the Sharks.
That should be an automatic first. I appreciate the clarification in the booth here. It wasn't an automatic first. It's a first down by yardage. Still a penalty, though. The only first automatic first in terms of personal foul is the roughing the passer.
So some new life for the Golden Knights. Shotgun looks left. Throws off the back foot, and it is intercepted. Guess who? Jacob Reed coming right into the camera. Touchdown, FJM.
Andre, I hate to burst your bubble, but I think that's going to come back. I think you got a defensive pass interference on Travis Leahy, and I think that we're going to have an automatic first down of, I believe DPI is 15 yards. Travis Leahy was absolutely smoked before the pass was intended for him.
Listen, I'm Team Sage Media, and I love that call. He was coming right into the camera. Man.
And I
it
hear
was so perfect.
I hear the FJM fans booing. If you pull up the replay, if producer Zoe could pull up the replay, you can see how hard Travis Leahy was hit before that ball was incoming.
It's a tough play. Wait, so it was the offsetting. They just called a holding. It was also a holding on James Madison. So it looks like it offset. So let's do first down again. So Jacob Reed has had 2 touchdowns called back in this ball game.
New life for Madison here on his drive.
Sends a man in motion. What do they do with that second life? It's a short gain.
Whenever teams are down like this, I would like to see a sense of urgency. I don't see that. Time is not on your side. You have to run back every play to get a new play. You're down 3 scores with an offense that's been struggling to move the ball against his defense. There has to be some sense of urgency.
I hear you. Short gainer on the first down. It's like Rainier will see if he's in shotgun or if he's under center. And there goes a timeout. Timeout. James Madison.
Oh, I have to X them out? I'm sorry.
So this live stream is brought to you by the PSAL. You're watching PSAL action. To stay up to date with game schedules, results, player stats, and championship brackets, visit the PSAL's official website at www.psal.org. Want more highlights and full game coverage? Subscribe to the PSAL YouTube channel and catch all the action on demand. The tag is NYCPSAL1903. And don't forget to follow the PSAL on social media at NYCPSAL on Instagram, X, and Threads. So we're getting close to the end of the third quarter. Our score is 30-6. Madison needs to strike quickly if they want to stay in this 3A championship. Rainier looking to throw. Looking. Pressure. Throws it up. What? Almost an unbelievable catch from number 4, Tobias Malord, but it was a good pass breakup. So it'll be third down here.
I'll say this. That was a great effort by Malord to try to come down with it. But Rainier needs to step up in the pocket. He threw that off his back foot, put a little more air into that than he needed to, and allowed the safety to come up and force double coverage. If he can step in the pocket and step into that, he could throw his receiver open, give him a better window to catch the ball.
3rd and 9. You can only imagine this is 4 down territory for the Golden Knights. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Rainier hands it off. And he goes down. Excellent tackle from the Sharks. 4th and 11.
Is this the game right here? I know we have a whole quarter left to play, but a turnover on downs here and then another FJM score, it would be almost insurmountable for Madison to come back.
So let's see. A 4th and 9. First down is the 19. Excuse me, a 4th and 12. The first down is about the 19-yard line. Ray Neal looks right. Looking. Steps up. Still on his feet. Big hit. And he's hurt. So we will take the camera off of him. Big hit from the Sharks. But hopefully Mr. Ray Neal Villanueva is okay. So here at Sage Media, we always like to take the camera off of the young men, especially when they're injured. So while we have a minute, just want to thank the Army. And that is the end of the the end of the third quarter. Our score is 30-6. FJM are going to have the ball on the other side of the stoppage. So again, thank you to the Army for helping out this stream, making this happen. Be bold and follow your dream. We know teamwork and we know leadership. Energize your passion and make a plan for your future. Army leaders know education is key, so be all you can be with a team that makes a difference. Did you know that the U.S. Army offers over 200 career paths? Learn high-end, very technical skills in STEM, logistics, legal, robotics, engineering, culinary, administration, or even hone your sports and music performance. Whatever your passion, the U.S. Army can get you trained for success full-time or part-time. Ask about our debt-free education benefits or our business partnerships to get you set for after service. Keep your options open. Be all that you can be with the U.S. Army. Visit GoArmy.com. And Ray Neal is on his feet. Ray Neal's on his feet. Love to see that. He took a big hit. Thankfully, he is okay. We'd also like to thank Ascendant, DEFCON, and New York Hustle 7-on-7 trials for 15 and 18U will be held on December 14th in Gillette, New Jersey at Center Court Club and Sports Indoor Facility starting at 7 p.m. Tryout number 2 will be held on Sunday, December 21st at the Nest at 11 a.m. A 15 to 20-man roster selection will be made per team after the completion of both tryouts. We are seeking the best players in the New York City/tri-state area to compete nationally for DEFCON and the top players to run the New York City/tri-state area with New York Hustle. The first 75 registered participants will get a free DEFCON compression. Register now on the Ascendant Athletics and Culture IG and Twitter pages in their profile bio or using the QR code on the flyer. So here we go. 3A championship on the line, 12 minutes. Jaden Brown in the backfield looking to throw, looking, throws it, and that's a wheel route to Naeem Cooper down just short of the 35-yard line.
And this is a team that is playing with that brand of ball where I want to keep my foot on my opponent's neck, for lack of a better term. To drop back and throw a, 30-yard pass on first down, they're trying to hit Madison where they feel like they're vulnerable and weak, and they're clearly not done scoring.
Yeah, that's the ambition of offensive coordinator Coach Mack. This is a 1st and 10 now in Golden Knights territory. Hands it off to Naeem Cooper. Look at him go. That's Mr. Cooper. Breaks one man to miss, and he's just going to drag him into the end zone. Touchdown, FJM.
If it's one thing that has incredibly impressed me about this young man, it's his ability and his strength to keep his feet moving even when he's being tackled.
It's just an incredible job. Like I said, New York City, Long Island, PSAL, Catholic League. I think Naeem Cooper can be matched up against any running back. He has just been tremendous all season long, and now that he has FJM knocking on the door, all but certain to clinch a 3A championship, and they get in for 2. Our score is 38-6 FJM. Mr. Polies?
That's 24 unanswered points here in the second half from FJM. And you got to see the body language of Madison. I mean, some of them look defeated, and it's tough not to see that scoreboard with that 38-6. And again, the offense have struggled to move the ball. What do you do if you're the coach of Madison? How do you change that?
Listen, at this point, you got to tell them you're representing yourself, you're representing your school. You just have to keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. We're going to go to that replay after the kickoff. So apologies, just a bit of a miscommunication there. We will give you a proper commentary on that replay. Shout out to producer Zoe. Mistakes happen. I'll own that one. I'll own that one. So Coop rushes for the touchdown, and now he's going to kick it off. Kicks it deep. Oh, nice catch. Mr. Pelzer. He's dangerous. Ball's on the ground. FJM have it. Man, when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. The Sharks have a chance to score yet again, Greg.
Yeah. And an extremely short field on top of that. That's Missler back at quarterback right there. Cease in the backfield with him. Man in motion, gets a handoff, inside handoff, and he has daylight, and he's going to hit pay dirt. Touchdown, FJM. That is number 13, Rodney Elam, the junior, on the score. And FJM is making it look easy out there.
They're pouring it on, Greg. They are absolutely pouring it on at this point. This time, Mr. Elam gets in on the fun.
And they're going to go for 2. I just got to assume there's no kicking game on either side here.
Doesn't look like, doesn't look like it.
And that's going to be another 2-point conversion. Missler to Fanu. And everybody excited for him on that 2-point conversion.
You love to see that, man. You know, FJM, they've gone through a lot as a program. They've been down to the 2A. They went to a 2A championship and fell short on the same field, 6-0 to Eagle 3 last year. Now It's all but certain they are going to raise the trophy and be 3A champions.
And you know what Dre, you know what the catalyst, before they even got an offense, the catalyst was special teams kicked the ball deep, and it allowed their special teams to make a play. Hopefully teams across the PSAL are seeing this, hearing our commentary on it, and taking the heed instead of giving teams the short field.
Completely agree. If anything, I feel like special teams have just played such a huge role in the story of the PSAL, no matter what the division is. And you see there, a fumble from Mr. Pelzer, and it's a 6 points.
I agree.
Ball still on the ground, and another big hit. That time that was from Mr. Zaire Walker, number 4. So here come back the Golden Knights. Again, might be a little out of reach here. But still, this Knights team is very, very young. It's great that they get to experience a championship game. It looks like it's not going to turn out the way they want it to. But again, this is where you really show your character. You have to keep playing the football game.
And just to add on to that, there's definitely something to be said about finishing a game like this on a positive note, especially when you have sophomores going into their junior year. They're not going to forget this, ever. So you want to try to get some positive action in there. It's number 6, Pelzer in there at quarterback.
Try a little bit of wildcat. That's a good tackle, good pursuit from number 20, Malik Powell.
Looked like there was a bit of miscommunication as in which side the running back was on the turn for the handoff, so he ended up just taking it himself. Keep in mind, Rayneel was hurt.
Yes.
So Pelzer probably the backup quarterback, so that's what we're going to see here on out.
Yeah, hopefully Rayneel Villanueva is okay. Really like him as a quarterback. I think he has a very promising future. Again, only a sophomore.
And Pelzer also a sophomore, so this is invaluable experience as well.
As he takes it, he's going to go down right away. Good tackle from number 25. Third down. It's called a 3rd and 9. And this James Madison team, they really earned their way into this final. They took care of a John Jay team. John Jay came in very hot, very popular team. People thought that they were going to upset James Madison. They said no. Then they take on a very, very good New Utrecht team. And it went down to the wire. They had to hold on at the 1-yard line to earn their way into the championship game. Great tackle there. That's going to be the 4-minute warning.
Looked like official timeout. Looked like there's another injury on the field. And I'll tell you one thing. Regardless if they're up 46-6, FJM has not stopped hitting on defense, has not stopped their pursuit. You could tell they want this.
So trying to see there is an injured player. Again, we try not to highlight the injured players. So, again, we've talked about James Madison, the great season that they've had, especially, the wheels could have fallen off for them. They took a big loss to APR in the last week of the season, were able to dust themselves off, and they really made a great playoff run. Again, New Utrecht was an incredible, incredible effort. 20-19, getting that stop. But to talk about this FJM team, again, took a heartbreaking loss to Eagle 3 last year in the championship game. 6-0 on the same field. And they come back to the same place, and they're going to get the W here today. Greg, just talk about that, man. Coming back, you lose a championship game, you come back to the same field where you lost, you're able to flip the script.
I got to say, they had the unfinished business mentality, and you saw it from the first quarter, recovering the onside kick, squib kick, kick hybrid. And they've never they struggled a little bit in the second quarter, but came out in the second half firing on all cylinders, and they could literally feel victory. And you could tell by how positive the plays were. Guys fighting for extra yardage, breaking tackles. This is one of those cases where one team wanted it more than the other.
Man, I think, listen, I hear you there. I think James Madison definitely wanted it. But, the amount of talent on this FJM team, the level of coaching on this FJM team has just been incredible, You have to give a huge shout out to Coach Youssef, to Coach Mack. I mean, the offense has been incredible all year long. That win versus APR, it was a game the entire city was dying to see.
Absolutely.
44-34.
And I know a lot of people had APR as the favorites in that game.
Yeah, you're completely right. And FJM were able to do it. And they are here now in this 3A championship game, and it's only a formality these last 2 minutes and 46 seconds.
And you hear the Sheepshead crowd chant, the Sheepshead chant from the crowd.
Yeah, you wonder, what the Sheepshead program is going to do. You're so dominant in this 3A, undefeated in your first year. Do you come up to the 4A? Do you stay in the 3A for another year of seasoning? I mean, I think that's the question a lot of people are asking, a lot of people are curious about.
If you have a 40-point championship victory and then some, as a great run by Cisse there to get back to the original line of scrimmage, if you are able to do that and go undefeated in your first season in an upgraded division, I think you should move up again. If this was a back-and-forth game, 19-18 type of affair, then you stay. But to win this decisively, I think they move up.
Yeah, listen, I mean, that would make for a very, very exciting 4A. Just to remind you guys at home, yes, this game is coming to a close, but we will have more action tomorrow, this time at Midwood. 10 a.m. It's going to be the 1A. As he hands it off to Cisse, goes down. No, he doesn't go down. Look how tough he is. Up 40 points, still fighting for more yardage. Mr. Ahmed Cisse.
Great job by the Madison defense right there, not allowing him to get away.
No, you're completely right. And at 10 a.m., it's going to be the 2A. W.C. Bryant with maybe the biggest upset that PSAL has seen in quite a bit, as they were able to beat then undefeated Eagle Queens, who hadn't lost a game in about 2 years up until they met W.C. Bryant. They'll be facing off against, everyone knows them, boys and girls, this time in the 2A division. And then, of course, at 1 p.m., it's the big one. At 1 p.m., it's going to be Tottenville versus E-Hall. So make sure you guys do not miss that tomorrow, as it's just a formality. Coach McKinney gets the Gatorade dumped on him. Coach Mack gets the Gatorade dumped on him. And it is official. FJM are your 2025 3A champions.
Well deserved after such a dominating performance. These kids deserve all their flowers. Came out and pitched a shutout in the second half. Put up 32 points, gave up none for a final score of 46-6 to now stand as your PSAL 3A champs.
It's just more than deserved. I mean, that matchup against APR was incredible last week. And now you go up against a good James Madison team. You handle business. You more than deserve to be champions. But again, a huge congratulations to James Madison. They earned their way here. They persevered through trials and triumph with such a young team. I have full confidence they will be back on this stage next season with a team even more seasoned, more marinated, more ready to go. So congratulations to James Madison for making it all the way here. But it's all about FJM. Congratulations to Coach McKinney. Congratulations to Coach McFadden, better known as Coach Mack, Coach Youssef, Coach Dre. You all deserve this. You all work so hard for this. So again, I appreciate everyone for all the work and all the support that you guys have given us. We will be back 10 a.m. at Midwood. Mr. Polius, final words.
I'll see you at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Yes. W.C. Bryant, boys and girls. And then Tottenville versus E-Hall. We are going to stay live for the award ceremony. Appreciate everybody.
He's a savage young boy. I took so much and lost his minutes. My mama used to dig all in my stash. I'm in the club, popping with my rocking off them chicks. You ain't talking money, I don't need it. You ain't gotta touch my own feet. That's good. Going about my skill. Got my skill. All my niggas, we gorillas. All my country, we some heroes. We some heroes. Servers on my timeline. That's good. Hey, that's good.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we direct your attention to the team's respective 40-yard lines, where PSAL sports coordinators, Mr. Sam Deutsch and Mr. Solomon Fisher-Smith, will present the 2025 PSAL 3A Football Conference Finalist Awards to the Golden Knights of James Madison High School. Assistant coaches Yuri Schatz, Jack Brandis and Larry Carbonero, and the head coach, Tommy Salvato.
Sounds like assault.
And now the 2025 New York City PSAL 3A football conference winners, the Sharks from Frank J. Macchiarola. Assistant coach Jonathan Joseph and the entire coaching staff, and head coach Avika McKinney. Ladies and gentlemen, while the final photos are being taken, we remind everybody as you are leaving to please take care as you negotiate the steps in the stands, and please be mindful of the traffic on the street, as there are a lot of cars here today. Once again, congratulations, Frank Macchiarola and James Madison, and also congratulations to our 1A conference title game participants, Padrides and East Harlem Pride. Now being unfurled to hang in the school for all time, the PSAL championship banner. Congratulations, Frank J. Macchiarola.